Do anything.
McNeil.
There we go. We're live. No
So
intro. Just jump right into it.
I don't know what it is today. I had my nap, and darn if I still ain't sleepy. So
No sleeping on live streams, Jeff.
is that experience talking?
I admit nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. I was on TV. As you heard. I had the TV going last week.
Sure.
It was about sleep apnea. It was a
Is that what it was?
yep
I'll
a documentary.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. All four of you. Yeah, I probably should have advertised it a little earlier. I'm like, oh crap, this is Monday, isn't it? I'm supposed to set up a live already.
Yeah, you said we go live on Mondays in your cooking show.
Yeah. Now, come in March, I was doing all the cooking your preps and stuff. Now, February, April, I don't know, maybe do salads or desserts or something, or old school cooking or something like that for a category for the month.
We should have done that this week, seeing as how we got Easter Sunday.
Well, I wanted to stick with the same theme for each month,
Okay.
especially with the prep things, because a little bit of the prepping stuff is coming back all of a sudden. You know,
Yeah,
stuff that's going on in the world and whatnot. People are saying, you know, to cook a meal, you have to have a bunch of money for preps of this and preps for that, and you can spend a lot of money to cook a prepped meal. And when I say prepped meal, it's something that you put back, like that freeze dried stuff. You can spend a lot of money on a
freeze dry.
Yeah, that stuff is expensive and it's bad for you.
Now, hold it. Let me get something straight. A couple of years ago, when they first started all this freeze drying, that's some of the best stuff you could have bought. Now they're saying that it's bad for you.
Well, the little baggies, I forget the name brand, like at Walmart.
Okay.
It's loaded with sodium and preservatives, and it's like MREs. MREs are bad for you. That's why they give them pills when they're eating MREs every day. It's so they can actually use the bathroom. Because imagine all that preservatives in your gut. It preserves your stuff in your gut, so to speak. So you get bound up. So
me and the wife went out for the first time in a good time. We went to a restaurant up in Asheboro. I'm not going to say the name of it, okay? But they were hyping it up and everything. We went up there and I got barbecue. And the wife, she got a little something else. I love barbecue with a passion. Plain and simple.
Good barbecue.
Yeah, exactly. I
hate the barbecue that is more about the sauce than it is about the meat. They smother the heck out of it to make it taste good. And that.
Yeah, but this barbecue, I took 3 bites into the sandwich and looked, and it wasn't nowhere near done.
Oh,
And on top of that, it didn't have a good taste to it. The potatoes my wife got, they was worse than instant potatoes.
oh, I hate instant potatoes, especially when you go to a restaurant.
Yeah,
They can't, if you can't cook a potato, you don't need to be cooking anything.
right. Well,
And Carolinas are, you guys are popular for barbecue.
yes, we are.
It's a different type of, it's not a
You
thick
got
sauce.
two,
It's
there's,
saucy.
there's 2 different types
Saucy.
of barbecue here. We got East Coast, which is vinegary, and then we got the mountains, which is truthfully, I don't know. I'm just used to the vinegary. But
Yeah.
and the hush puppies there, I think they fried them at 450 because the outside was burnt, but the inside was still raw.
You know what that means?
Yeah,
You
I don't
usually,
know.
well, no, that means they made them up ahead of time and they were still frozen in on the inside. They freeze them, or if they even made them the homemade, they could have just come out of the freezer.
I would say they were homemade, but they was just cooked way too fast,
Oh,
like that. But me and the wife on the way home, we made our mind up. We're not going back there again.
yeah. There, um, some places I'll see that they'll have a
And it's a new
YouTuber.
restaurant.
They'll have a YouTuber going in and saying, "I'm coming this try this place out. They had the best this and that," and I'll see them serving. They'll have the um, rack of ribs there, and you see a big jug of barbecue sauce, and they just pour it on there, and I'm like, no, 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 no.
Well, now it's like this right here. Okay. If I go into a steak place, they ask me what type of steak sauce do I want. And I'll look at the waitress or the waiter and I'll say, is your steak that bad? And they'll laugh.
Yeah,
They'll bring me the steak out. And I tell them, if you see me ask for steak sauce, the steak is not that good to begin with.
yeah, yeah. I've been out with people that say if they don't have A1, I won't eat at the place. And I'm well, if they have A1 and Heinz 57 on the table, I won't order a steak because it's no good.
Well, it's like barbecue. I want to try the barbecue. I want to try the meat first to see if it was smoked, if it was grilled, or how it was. And then I'll put some barbecue sauce on. I'll put the house sauce on it. Okay.
Mhm.
It goes to the steak sauce. Depending on how much sauce you see me put on a sandwich, is going to determine if that sandwich is good or not.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah. Now, like on a barbecue, pulled barbecue, I can, if it's a good pulled barbecue sandwich,
yeah.
just the dry rub seasoning on top is good enough for me. If it's good, if it's not, then you need that barbecue sauce.
Now I do like a little Texas Pete. Okay, I love Texas Pete on French fries. Ketchup, Texas Pete, and there is a few restaurants around here that don't even carry Texas Pete. So what I do is I'll stop at the store, go in, buy me a small bottle of Texas Pete. 90% of the time, people in there, hey, I'll pay you to use some of that Texas Pete. Sure, fine. Let me get what I want first. Cause I may not have none when it comes back to me. And I have been told, put the Texas Pete away. It's either our sauce or none. That's fine. Run me the check.
So,
Ooh.
what, like if you say, you lost everything in your fridge overnight and you couldn't go to the store anymore. What items do you have in jars? And some people think when I'm talking about canned food, it means cans you get at the store.
Thank you for clarifying that.
But when I say canned, means I've done it. Like store-bought cans are totally different. I mean, you could do the same thing, but it's much more affordable and cheaper, and you know what's in it when you do it yourself. Like I just cooked a brisket for 10 hours the other day, and was about done. I took it out and wrapped it in tin foil and set it down, and I fried up my potatoes. And I used normally I would have used bacon, but I didn't have any at the time first, but I used bacon grease, and I fried up the onions a little bit and the peppers that I had in the freezer from last year, and put spices on it and everything. And they're just as good as, cutting up potatoes. Actually better, because they got a better flavor than fresh potatoes.
They do,
because they're already cooked. All you have to do is get a sear on them, basically. And that's why I pre-cooked the peppers and onions.
Eric, you want to jump in on this before I go running my mouth?
Well, I basically have the canned food that from the market. I don't have a canning system. I do rotate my stuff, to keep the dates current.
Yeah.
I think a good option too is not that you'd live on it forever, but a good brand of beef jerky is very good in a pinch, especially for protein and all that other stuff. But I mean, if you're going to heat stuff up, your first prep you're going to need is a way to heat it. So you don't have a grill or propane, or like I got one of those little Coleman stoves with the red tank on the front, and you pump it up with there's a plunger that goes in and out of it. And I converted that over to unleaded gas, and it burns just as hot as the the regular cooking oil or the lamp oil or whatever. So that's basically what I got, and then propane. But now I'm out of a can. I've never canned, period. But it would be nice to get into, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm like this right here. One of the things that I started checking into is about 3 or 4 years ago. Let's say we got rolling blackouts happening, everything like that. Your power goes out. You got no gas for your camp stove or nothing like that. How you gonna heat it up and eat it? The best thing, and I've learned, I used to can my pintos and navy, just throw them in a jar and vacuum seal. I got to thinking like that. Them dry beans are rough. on people with no teeth. So I started cooking them. I'll put a little bit of bacon fat in there, depending on if I'm doing it pint for one person or a quart for two people. How much salt to put in, or no salt.
Well, let me ask you this real quick. Since you brought up dry beans and cooked beans, say you don't have no utilities, electricity, or anything in the house, so you have to cook outside on open fire. How long does it take you to cook dry beans from start to finish on an open fire?
If the water is a good rolling boil, maybe an hour and a half, give or take.
Yeah, and it's you're lucky if you get it that. It's usually hour and a half, 2 hours on up, depending on your, how, and it depends on what you're cooking on too.
Wood, pure wood.
No. I mean the pot.
What metal?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because there's some people think you can take kitchen stuff and I'll put it this way: the newer aluminum, if it gets to a certain temperature, it actually emits gas that is toxic to you.
Yeah.
So you can imagine that going into your food.
Well, now before, oh God.
Oh, and how long does it take you to cook beans that are cooked in a jar already?
About 5 minutes.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Or you can eat them cold.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they ain't gonna be as good, but you're not gonna starve to death.
Yeah.
And pre-2020, I done started buying cast iron pots and pans and everything. I got Dutch ovens, I got teapots, I got 7 or 8. I got about as many cast iron frying pans as I got eggs.
Yeah. Plenty of ammo for Dixie.
Yeah. It took me a second or two to catch on what you were saying. One for each hand and a foot if she knew how to use that. But you also got to look at it like this. Let's say we get day 15 to day 20. Nobody's got power. When you start cooking, that's going to be a dead giveaway. People's going to smell that a mile or two down the road. They're going to start tuning in on you. You've got to be extremely careful out of let's say, argument's sake, a week. From a week on up, you better be careful.
Oh yeah. When I had to, when tree fell down, took out our power. I had a generator, everything keeping my fridges going and stuff.
Exactly.
And the neighbors, they had their generator stolen the first night. I had mine. See, I already know how people are, so
yeah,
I went down and got me a 10-foot piece of chain and a good sized padlock. And the first thing I did was bolted that thing to a car I had sitting out there. It wasn't going. Somebody tried to pick it up and take it. They didn't get anywhere with it though.
Years ago, we had a bad snowstorm, and they took generators and chained them to a phone pole to get the street lights to working and
Mhm.
everything, the stoplight. The next day rolled around, you go up to the same pole. All you saw was the chain. Somebody done stole the generators. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
But like I said, with the, I didn't have to cook outside. I could have, but I had people saying, "How are you cooking? You got gas in there?" And I said, "No, because I have electric for our stove. We'd rather have gas because if you have gas, you can still cook."
Yeah.
But there is a point where gas won't work either. You get 3 to 4 days, and the gas stoves won't work anymore because the gas is being pumped by a pumping station. And a lot of times those will keep going because they can generate their own power, but they'll shut them down because they can't keep up with the demand. Same thing with your water. After so long, you'll start losing water because the pumps. Everybody thinks that water comes from a big pump in the sky that pushes the water down. Sometimes it does, those big water tanks.
Thought about that too, huh, Dixie?
But unless you have a well or something, that's the next thing to go, water.
Yeah. All I got to say, I'm glad I live in the country.
Oh, I wish I did.
Plain and simple. You know, because if the power goes out, if need be, I've got access to water.
Yeah.
But let's just hope that it comes back up within 2 days. I'm gonna be bone tired.
Well, you've got your well is pretty high up too, so you're lucky on that matter.
Well, one of them.
You get people that, oh, my well's 200 feet down. I can siphon that out of there.
I like to see that.
No, that's a long way to go. 200 feet.
Yeah. Do you know how much 200 feet of water weighs? Now, I guarantee you must have one heck of a sucker on you, but you're not going to suck that water out of that.
No, rearrange your words.
Yeah. Even I've seen people, oh, I've got that little pump that you can hook a drill up to. No, you may get a little bit of water coming out of the top, but once that starts running out and you start trying to grab that heavy water, that little thing is not going to do anything.
Dude.
There's a reasoning behind that big, long, depending on what kind of pump you have.
Yeah.
That long pump, which is 240, and a lot more pressure than what you can get out of that drill. It's about impossible to get water out of there. Now, you can have, if your water comes all the way up and it's only like 20 feet down, you can get a lot of water out of that. But you're not going to suck the water from the bottom of that well on up.
Yeah.
So you're going to have another hose or something going down to get the water on top.
Now, one of my wells is 20 feet
Yeah.
from the top.
Still 20 feet of water in a 2-inch pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but if you multiply that, that's probably 20 gallons, maybe.
Well,
How heavy is 20 gallons?
Well, not only that, but you got to worry about the condition of your points too down at the well bottom. So
Yeah.
well, now what is it? 7 pounds a gallon? Is that water or is it diesel?
it's close to everything.
Yeah, liquid, fluid.
Let's just say 7 pounds for every gallon. You've got what? Damn near 30 pounds.
Yeah. And that's the is your when you say 20 feet down, is that where the
No.
pump is, or is that the top of it?
That's the top of the water.
Okay, so
Now-
you would need another hose to go down there to get the top of the water,
Yeah.
unless you have a stump pump that is
Got a
dipped at the
submersible
top.
pump in there.
Yeah,
Now, from the top of the water, to the very bottom is over 150 foot.
yeah, yeah,
So-
and usually the stump, or not stump pump, but the submersibles are toward the bottom. They're
Yeah.
not at the technically they're not at the very bottom,
They
unless
are-
whoever put them in there did it wrong, because you don't want your pump sitting down there with all the
True.
stuff down there.
The sediment.
Yeah,
Every pump I have installed, depending on the well and everything, I've come from 1 to 2 foot off the bottom. Like that. But I've also put mine in what do you call it, a screen?
well, yeah, most of them do. They have that thing at the bottom. I forget what it's called.
Right. Normally
then
they
you-
do.
You have
But
the chuck valve.
I bought a screen to encase my pump in. Real fine like that. I've done that because still that sand and sediment and everything, you're gonna get some real small stuff that's gonna get through that
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah,
The more of an obstacle that it's got to go through, the longer your pump lasts also. And the last time I bought a pump, which was, what was it? It was a 3/4 horse. It's what I bought because my well was 400 foot deep. I'm going to tell you what, I pulled that thing out twice. It ain't no fun at 400 foot.
no. I remember we had and it was only 50 feet deep. That stopped. It started running out of water a lot quicker. We'd wash up some clothes, and you could tell it's starting to get to the bottom.
Yeah.
So I talked to an old timer, and he says there's a trick you do, and he says I want you to go get you a good sized compressor and enough hose to get to the bottom. And he said put that hose down in there and kick that thing up, get it to the highest RPMs you can get it, and then turn the air on to where it goes down in the water or in the well. And he says it'll blow off all that settlement and stuff that's taking to the walls inside of your well. Because most wells are just that casing down there.
Yeah.
But below that casing where your submersible sets is just, where they drilled, not the casing part. And he said, if you blow that out, it'll enlarge that whole area. and like everything that's getting clogged up from all the seepage and everything will unclog, so there'll be more flow down there.
Like
And
a reserve.
yeah, and that thing, oh man, after we did that, we had better water and everything. Of course, you're gonna pump a lot of that out over and over again because all the dirt and sand and stuff that you kicked up down there.
I've never heard that saying.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there is a chance you're going to collapse everything too. But he says in that area you don't have to worry about it because of that.
Oh yeah, Grace. Thanks for the reminder. If it ever comes down to rolling power outages, make sure you got a lot of paper plates and utensils so you don't have to wash. And look at it like this. If it's in the wintertime, you can start a fire with it. As long as it ain't styrofoam.
Oh.
Oh.
But like I was talking earlier about the craze with the freeze dried stuff, Amazon, I did. There used to be a search I would do for clearance freeze dried stuff, and you get big cans of it. I got a lot of that for like $5-6. I think I got a whole big can of chicken for $7 because it was on clearance. I think it was Thrive Live or something that was going out of business or something like that.
Yep.
And I got butter, freeze dried butter, and some other stuff. Honey, which is a great sweetener, and you can sprinkle it on top of your ice cream and stuff, and it's really good.
And good for for what else? I can't pronounce that name.
Well, I don't know if it'd be because it is freeze dried. That's the same thing as like going to a store and buying honey and saying it's good. Pasteurized, because you can't go to the store and get non-pasteurized and raw honey. Even though it says raw honey, they cook it first because that's the only way they can sell it, unless you get it from a actual
backyard.
Yeah.
Can you freeze real honey straight from, let's say, the hive?
Why would you want to, though?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Because it doesn't go bad.
That's true.
Unless you just want to make candy out of it when it freezes or something, I guess.
Yeah, but my problem is it wouldn't make it to that point. If I had it in my house, it won't make it. I want to try two things. Backstrap molasses. I've never had that to my knowledge. And I forgot what the other one was. Oh, pure raw honey.
You never had raw honey?
I think I have. I really do.
Well, good way to know is if it comes in a mason jar, it's probably good honey. If it comes in a teddy bear, throw it away.
Well,
it's just sweetened sugar.
Mine mainly comes from stores. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's been years since I've got some from a dealer. But
Dealer. What are you buying there, Jeff?
a big dealer. And yes, Grace, I do have a sweet tooth.
That's the wrong kind of sweets there, Jeff.
Yeah.
You're getting it from a dealer.
Wrong sweet.
It's hard to find them now.
Especially with a reasonable price.
I think where I got mine was $14 a quart now. I think it's probably 25 a quart by now.
Good God.
Yeah.
I got a farmer's market around the corner that this woman did a little write-up on her, and she's out of Lakeland, and it's all organic, pure honey.
We don't even have that in the city that we're in. I mean, what they call a farmer's market down here consists of two people.
Stuff's not cheap, though.
Ours is arts and crafts.
Oh, now this is just fresh vegetables and
wish
fresh baked bread, and
every once in a while the Amish lady comes in with coffee cake and a few baked goods, but the majority of it is just arts and crafts.
Yeah.
Every once in a while somebody will come in with fudge or something like that, and the official people have to come in and that's in a Ziploc bag. It has to be in a vacuum sealed container, and all this stuff. And that's why everybody stopped setting up, because the regulations and stuff just wasn't worth it. Ours at $3.49 right now, our gas.
I looked up where we got gas last week. I looked up and it was $5.60 something. And I went, my God. And I had to remember gas is in green. This was in red. So the $5 and something was diesel.
Diesel, yeah.
Yeah. I was fixing to tell Dixon, we're going back to the house. We're going to go on, we're going to have to walk. But
tell you what's getting real pricey down here is the marine fuel, the non-ethanol fuel.
I bet.
Well, yeah.
you can't run that in regular cars, can you?
Yeah, you can run ethanol free in a car.
I got a pickup truck. I need ethanol in it, and that is about as expensive as diesel down here.
What do they want? E10 or something?
No, not that bad. It's about almost $5 a gallon.
No, I mean the ethanol rating, E10. They've got different ratings for ethanol content.
I'm sitting here trying to remember. It's been so long since I bought some.
Plus, when the seasons change down here too, you got a summer blend and then you got a winter blend.
True.
That changes your ethanol content too.
Go in just shit. You can't do that on these new vehicles no more. Go in and adjust the carburetor no more.
Ain't no carburetor on them.
Well, I was going to say, what carburetor?
That's why I said, dude, my pickup truck, I do got a carb on it.
What year is it?
88.
You probably got a throttle body on it.
No, I done looked at it. It's carb.
Got butterflies on it and all that?
Yeah.
Last vehicle I had a carburetor on was a 66 Chevelle.
Well, it kind of got modified. Let me rephrase that. It is an old school 350. Okay. there ain't really no electrical parts to it that you would have. And yeah, I know for a fact it's car on it because I helped put it on there.
Yeah, we would living in Jersey, the DMV, they were horrible with inspections, and you had to meet the emission code and all that crap. So everybody with a hot rod, you know, they got these big ass camshafts in there, and you know,
Yep.
aluminum heads, and the thing's just spitting out hydrocarbons like it's no tomorrow. But that's what made them fast.
Of course.
You could either put that stuff, you could add it to the tank, that would lower your emissions for the first hour or two, or you find somebody that was a re-inspection station. Now I'm not condoning this. I'm just saying.
Oh, no.
This is what we did back in the day, and you know, $25, and they're just checking your hydrocarbons because everything else passed, and on goes your green sticker, and down the road you go.
Well, it's like the old saying, it ain't what you know, it's who you know.
Yep.
You know.
But down here, they got rid of inspections altogether.
Not here. Up till a certain year, you have to get your vehicles inspected up to a certain year. Now, the truck does not have to be inspected.
No.
And I know Dix is in the next room, and I keep fibbing to her a little bit, but that thing will do a burnout like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, yeah.
She's sweet.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, you would think the back end's on fire.
Yeah.
So, Dixie,
55 or 455 rocket on a big old boat, Oldsmobile. And
A Delta 88.
I just I just put the gas down, and it wouldn't move. It just sat there. And then pretty soon you couldn't see anywhere around you because of just white smoke.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I would have to stop because it would have burned right straight through the tires.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Right, Dana?
used to like take me a gallon of water and put some food coloring in there. And before you do a burnout, I'd go out there and lay it down in front of the tire, and you got blue smoke, red smoke, or
We just put bleach down.
And bleach works really good.
Yeah.
yeah. Never
That's
did the bleach.
That's what I used to do on my Monte Carlo. I had 2 jugs of wiper fluid that fed to the back tires. I just flip a switch, and nobody can see anything. They
Now,
couldn't
wait a
tell the
minute.
lights were turning or nothing.
Now, the first truck that I bought, it was going through a little bit of oil every once in a while. I'm talking about out the tailpipe, okay? What I cannot stand somebody to ride my tail. You know, and I figured out in that truck how to stop it. Just floor it a couple of seconds right there, and you'll see them pulling off the side of the road because they got oil on their windshield, and they used the washer fluid to try to rinse it off. That was a mistake.
I dehydrated onions once. Well, I've done it multiple times, but it's the best way to get for onion powder.
Yeah.
But we planted some onions one time, and they were strong onions, really strong onions. And I sliced them up and cried like a baby the whole time, and put them in there. And we had to go somewhere. And came back, and we could smell onions driving down the road to get to our house. Oh man, it was so strong. And I got yelled at for like 3 weeks. You ain't never gonna do that again in this house. I can't. I like the smell of onions, so it was fine for me. But yeah,
Well, like you, I found out after the first go round, do not dehydrate onions in the house. Do them outside.
yeah. But it's a nice way to make. You just keep putting them in a grinder and grind them up. And I had a quart full of onion powder. Did the same thing. Garlic, dehydrate garlic.
Now, I've got dehydrated onions that I done a couple of years ago. I've got green peppers. I've got mushrooms. Matter of fact, I got to dehydrate them. It's in the refrigerator.
You'd be surprised how much onion powder you get from an onion, just an onion.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Vidalias.
Yeah. Look, when I dehydrate an onion and I open it back up, I look at it and say, is that all I got?
Well, you do it in slices and just pile it up.
Yeah.
And then just give it a little shake about every hour or so.
Jeff,
I seen somebody lay a bunch of rings down all over and not have them touch or anything. And I'm like, when you get done, you're going to have about this much of an onion sitting over in a corner.
Huh.
You just chop them up, and they don't have to be in rings or anything. You just be all chopped up.
Well,
I think it's a lot easier if you dice them. They dehydrate so much faster.
now normally, if I'm gonna do bone broth or something like that, I'll start about 6 months ahead of time. And all my onion scraps, carrots, celery, and stuff like that, I put them in a bag and throw them in the freezer
Yeah.
like that. So, but there's a bunch of stuff that I've dehydrated and I've got canned and so forth like that. But if it come right down to it, maybe 3 months between me and the wife. That's it. It looks like a lot, but like I said, if it was come right down to it, we was to eat 2 meals a day, maybe between 3 to 5 months. That's it.
Not to play devil's advocate here, but you can have all the food back up and water back up and back up after redundancy back up and whatever.
No,
But if you cannot defend yourself and your family, I don't care how much food you got, it ain't going to make a damn bit of difference.
exactly.
Well,
Just saying.
No, you're right. You're 100% right.
do you know how much a 5-gallon bucket of rice will last one person?
Lifetime, probably. The way
No.
Are you talking something you'd eat every day?
Well, if you had to eat it every day.
you talking 1 or 2
5
people.
gallons?
Huh?
5 gallons?
Yeah.
Now, is this eating the minimal amount to keep you alive, or this is just regular eating?
Just regular eating.
Not even a month.
You're eating way too much rice then. Because for one person, 5 gallons of rice will last 5 months.
Dude, let me tell you, one 1 pound bag will last me damn near a year.
Well, how you just said a week and you're going to use 5 gallons.
No. What you said is guess how much a 5 gallon bucket of rice will last the average person.
Yeah.
So I'm going back thinking how much average person would eat of rice. Thinking maybe a month because you can take 1 cup of rice, cook it, and it'll be 2 cups in there, enough for 2 people.
Yeah.
Per meal.
Yeah. Again, this is 5 gallons, not this is I don't know how much 5 gallons weighs, but
Not much, really. When you get over
5 gallons of rice is a lot. That's like
5 pounds.
yeah, about 55 pound bag of rice. So that's the easiest way to determine your food, not how all the other stuff you got. Just rely on it's rice is the easiest because it lasts longer. You can do beans too. And how much does it take to live on for a 50 or a 5 gallon bucket of whatever, because that's the best way to store it. You get the Mylar bags and you put it in there and you seal it up and everything.
Yeah.
That's not saying you can't have anything else, but that's a good way to measure how much food you're going to need. And like say one person's going to eat 50. I don't know why I keep saying 50. 5 gallon bucket. 5 gallon bucket. So if there's 2 people, you're going to need 2 buckets. If there's 4 people, so forth. So that's the best way to gauge it. You don't gauge it by I'm going to have a can of this and a can of that, because it's so hard to calculate that way. So you start with a rice or you start with the beans. That doesn't mean you have to eat that every day, but that gives you an idea how much actual food do you eat a year, or you can do it for 6 months. That way you get an idea.
Right.
So
now look at it like this right here. Okay. If you are a person who has or is stocking up rice, make sure you got a sifter. I'll explain in a minute. And break
sister?
a sifter.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm like, why do you have to have a sister if you're just so great?
A sifter. And make sure you've got some Mylar bags, because once you open up a Mylar bag, you got to go through it kind of quick or it's going to get buggy. And the sifter, believe it or not, grandparents did this. You didn't know it, but when they got rice out and stuff like that, they sifted it to get the bugs out of it.
Well, you do that anyway. You're supposed to rinse and there's some people that don't do that. Some people freak out and say, "Oh, I don't do that. I just do I got a strainer that I strain. I rinse it out and then I'll soak it and then I rinse it out again. That type of thing." Nowadays, rice I wouldn't trust, because most of our rice comes from other countries that don't really care if there's bugs, rice, or rocks or whatever.
They also
same thing with beans. How many times you bit down on a bean and found a rock in there?
Or a pebble. Yeah.
Quite a few times.
Yeah.
But
I remember my grandpa would go through, and these were his beans, and he would even sift through the bad beans and stuff,
Yeah.
and he would soak them. And certain ones that he would pick out of there because they were no good. But he would soak them overnight.
Yeah.
And he said he did it so I wouldn't stink up the house, but he had more gas than I did, so it didn't work.
Oh, pinto beans, a big potato, and an onion drop down in there. And you got to have cornbread with beans. I don't care. That's just a Southern tradition down here. But
Well, I remember helping my grandpa grind up corn. He would have big bags of corn that we had harvested and shucked and everything, and we'd go in there and grind that stuff up and then make cornbread out of it.
now, how
Never
many
had a better cornbread than my grandpa's cornbread.
Oh God. When you were a youngin', how many times did you go into a grocery store and buy pre-bagged beans, or just go up to a wooden barrel with a scoop and get them out?
Well, at my grandpa's, he grew his own, so and that was in the what you call it, sacks. It wasn't in a barrel or anything. And burlap.
Yeah.
And he would put we would go into his root cellar and scoop out a scoop of beans when it was time to have beans.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Well, now, the way I cook it, and the reason I do it like this, because I remember Mama doing it like this. You got your choice. You can either soak your beans overnight or not. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Put your ham hock in there and a little bit of bacon grease and a pinch or two of baking soda. Okay. Let them cook. Either all day cook, which Lord have mercy, they taste much better, or
slow.
Yeah, cook them on high for about 3 or 4 hours, like that. But do them slow, man, they taste good. And I have cooked beans on a wood stove before.
Yeah, he had this. I could swear he got off a witch or something because he had a little cauldron thing that beforehand, before I got the fire started, it took me to pull that thing up and get it up on to where it would hang, because he had these little things going on, and that's where we would cook and pour the water in there and the beans, and that was an all day thing. And that was one of my things, was keeping the fire going.
Yeah.
Not too high, just keep a log on there every once in a while. And all day long you'd be out there working. That's the only thing you'd smell is them beans. And I don't know if it's the ham hocks nowadays are these little bitty things. My grandpa's ham hocks, I don't know if they were ham hocks, but that's what he said. But they were like a size of a small ham, and they would go in there, and by the time you would cook it, it wasn't there anymore. It was all tendered into, fall apart and everything. Oh,
the meat the meat cooked off the ham hock, and it was mixed in with the meat beans.
Yeah,
collards.
But there is one thing I've never seen done in real life. I've always wanted to do. That's cook a pig in the ground.
They do that a lot in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So
Last time I seen that was in Tucson, Arizona, in the
I've
desert.
heard, now I have heard of people around here doing it, but yeah, I've never seen it done.
Yeah, they do it a little bit different. They get you get the cement blocks and stuff now, and they put the fire down. They get the fire going, and it's they the pig is laid out on chicken wire, and chicken wire's on top of it, and they lay it down there, and then they cover it up and bury it.
Let it smoke.
Yeah.
Be charming, that is a pretty good idea.
Now the Hawaiian version I like better because that's I don't know where the heck they got banana leaves and stuff in Tucson, but they wrapped this. They slathered some stuff on there and put some fruit and stuff inside of it and wrapped it all in banana leaves and buried it. And oh man, when that come out of there, I mean, everybody had drool coming down their mouth, just waiting for that, and it just chunks of meat just falls off. Oh
Yeah.
B, I haven't done no boiled peanuts in what, 20, 25 years. Maybe longer. They're good.
yeah. Well, if you get the raw ones, you cook them just like a bean.
Yeah. Oh, I found out the very, very first batch of peanuts I boiled, now I had a huge stock pot, okay? I'm going to say, oh God, 15, 20 gallon stock pot. I filled that thing up, well, no, about 3/4 full of peanuts. I went ahead, put water in there, and I cooked it a little bit, put more water in there, and cooked it.
Did you do it the shell or out of the shell?
In the shell.
Okay.
So, therefore, I was told to start out with a 1/2 cup of salt. Okay. So that's what I done. I put a 1/2 cup of salt in there. About 30 minutes later, I went in there and I got one and let it cool off. Didn't taste no salt in it. Maybe that peanut didn't have no salt on it. I reached in there and got me another one. It didn't have no salt on it either. I said, all right, put another 1/2 cup of salt in there. I ended up putting about 2 to 3 cups of salt in that pot of beans. No salt, so I give up on it. I got up next morning after it done cooled down the whole night. Nobody told me as the peanuts are cooling off, it draws that salt into the shell. I ended up throwing that whole blooming pot of peanuts out. It was so cotton picking salty. I don't think a gorilla would have ate them peanuts. Or an elephant.
I was thinking about that myself. I was going to make some Cajun, canning some Cajun peanuts. I was thinking about growing some.
Do not buy that Cajun peanuts in a can.
No, my own. Can my own.
Yeah, that's flat out. Look, some people may like it. My opinion, it's just nasty.
Well, the spicy ones are not spicy. A lot of stuff I see in the store, not spicy. You know, it's all over the package, and it's like,
It ain't spicy.
where?
Do you remember years ago when they came out with pork skin, spicy barbecue pork rinds back in
Yeah.
the mid to late 70s? Now, they did have a little bit of kick to it toward the bottom of the bag. Me and the wife, we would go in there and get a couple of bags, but I never would get nothing to drink. Just to see how much we could eat before I had to pull into a store to get a drink.
Yeah, I don't think I would do it with the. You'd have to really, really clean the shell. Now, you can go to the store and buy a can of boiled peanuts, but still, that's. I don't know how long it would last because you'd really have to clean that shell. That'd be like barely cleaning a potato when you canned it.
I'm like you. I'm gonna do my own. I've done tried the canned peanuts. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I've ate maybe a handful, if that much, out of each can and throw the rest of it in the trash. It ain't good.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Tammy if she's ever done. She cans everything, so I'm pretty sure she probably did. Yeah, I when I did the video for the potatoes, dry canning potatoes, so many people say, "Oh, you're going to poison your family. You can't do this. It's not in the blue book." Oh,
You ever heard of rebel canning?
well, that's the thing. You're not allowed to.
Well, they wasn't allowed to back in the 1700s either, but
Well,
they did.
the thing is, they canned stuff before Blue Book came out with what you can
Exactly.
and can't can.
And
And-
America is the only one, that I know of that's got regulations. Don't no other country have regulations.
Oh, they do now, but we're the worst, I should say.
Well,
And I think they said cannon's only been around since the 1800s. But Tammy, Rebel Canner, she did a lot of research and found out that there's cannon back in Napoleon days, because that's how he fed his armies and stuff, from canned goods.
yeah,
It wasn't exactly how it is now, but it was the same process type.
look at the pemmican they had back then. That's what Indians ate before we came over. I will say you will get a bad batch of something every so often. Raw
See,
milk.
I don't want to say anything because I'm trying to think what since I've been using Superb lids, I have not had a faulty seal yet on any of the stuff I've canned. Knock on wood. And there was I tried the bacon thing, where you wrap the bacon up and canned bacon.
Okay.
And I accidentally got part of a hair from my beard in the seal.
Oof.
That can, and I still have not opened it because of that. That can is sealed. With a hair from my beard in it. So that tells me a lot.
But
Now,
now,
I'm assuming if it was a ball lid, that still wouldn't have, because their seals are so thin
yeah. Mhm.
compared to the superb ones. The superb ones are really thick. And I don't know who watched the video of me trying to open it,
I saw it.
and you could hear that plop. You know, it's sealed. And I knew somebody, and I knew ahead of time because I didn't clean the outside of the jars when I put them up, and there's a ring around the jar from where the water's sitting there, and all I had to do is wipe it off. And I knew I better say something, or somebody will say, "Oh, there's mold in there."
When you order lids from them, how many lids do you get to a box? Is it 50, 25, 100, or what?
They have multiple ones you can get, but
Superb.
I don't have any more, or do I?
I got the jars, but it's getting to the point when I pop the lid on them, I'll go in and throw them away.
Well, see, now the ball lids that I had, I would reuse them for vacuum sealing and stuff.
Right.
But these ones, now these are the older ones. These you won't find anymore, but they're still good because, you know, it doesn't have the logo on it.
Okay.
But somebody's in here. There's 80 in this one. Oops.
80. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And these are the wide mouth ones.
Well, said I'm going to start doing some canning this year. So I'm going to have to get me some lids, and I'm not going to go with ball.
But you can see, yeah, I can't really show you because you can't see me squishing them down, but you can tell the difference in the
Quality.
yeah, of the rubber seal.
Okay.
But yeah, I have to order some more because they don't want me. Well, I can use these ones, but if I'm making a video and stuff, they want me to use the newer ones that have the logo on them.
I got you.
So I'm saving I'll save those for if I do a whole big old batch of something up or something like that.
Look, something I saw today all of a sudden just hit me. I've got to know if this is true or not. I'm completely taking the 90-degree turn here. But people who live in Oregon, okay, the governors and everybody is trying to get this law passed that if you artificially inseminate, I can't say that word either, animals up there, you have to register as a sex offender. I just want to know, is that true?
I never heard
it. Yeah. Come on. Well,
There'd be a lot of doctors not allowed to pick their kids up from school anymore.
yeah. Now, farmers.
I'm just saying, if you do it to an animal, and that sounds bad, but what you said,
right. You got
you would think the doctors that do it to, people wanting kids and stuff.
Oh no, this is just for the animals.
Yeah, I know that. But if you do it to an animal, it's the same thing as a human because you're doing the same thing.
You're right, Grace. I'm going to have to ask PNW when next time I see her, if I don't forget. But I saw a creator talking about that, and the way he said it, of course,
Hey,
sounded
Troy, good to see you.
What's up, Troy?
so realistic.
Or ask Lori too. She's up there in Oregon now.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I do know they have different livestock laws. And they're trying to tax the heck out of farmers and anybody that owns animals for their own use.
Well, now, also on that one bill, you are not allowed to raise cows for your own beef. You're not allowed to sell eggs from your own chicken. You can. It even said you are not allowed to kill a mouse or rat up there. It's catch and release. You catch it, take it out in the yard and release it. That way he comes right back in your house. I've always liked this. What they don't know won't hurt.
Well, again, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
You know how everything is on YouTube now. People make up so much junk. It's
Clickbait and lies and
yeah.
yeah.
I got in trouble for posting the truth, and it still is the truth. And
I got to take a shot. I'll be back in a minute.
yeah, it's even you can't even look at the news because the news 90% of it lies unless you read the whole story and get at the last paragraph and it tells you.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the news things on your phone and stuff. I deleted those things so quick because
Clickbait.
none of them are true, and they just make stuff up for you to click that link and yeah. Just like the stuff that's going on in the Middle East, nobody's reporting anything that's true. There's so much stuff going on over there that people don't know, which they shouldn't know. It's like, and I loved it, Trump sitting down there with the Japan lady saying, why didn't you tell us you were going to attack Iran? And basically, why didn't you tell me you were going to bomb Pearl Harbor? And I could just see her. You could see her face kind of pucker up when interpretation hit her. Yeah, who tells the world, hey, we're going to go attack this place? Make sure you don't tell anybody, and it'll be good. Yeah, that's
Fake news.
that show that Jeff loves to watch, The Spew.
The spew.
Yeah, it's getting so bad.
I can't even.
The stuff that's going with Iran, they're saying he started the war. The war has been going on for
47 years.
Yeah. So he's putting an end to it. I don't like my son being over there, but I understand the reasoning behind it. Yeah, that sometimes I don't like what he says, but sometimes it's spot on.
But at the end of the day, no matter what he does, there's going to be hate-filled people that are just going to, you know,
Yeah,
say the worst of him. So
I just love when they get people on that show that they think they're gonna, you know, they're gonna fall right along with them and stuff, and they tell them otherwise, and it's like, commercial. Oh, Whoopi's good about flipping to a commercial all of a sudden.
you're not even qualified to talk about geopolitics or wars or
Oh,
anything else. It's a big joke.
yeah, some of the in like the three of them are just horrible humans, and I don't know if they just do this just for, you know, clicks, so to speak, or they actually believe this stuff. I don't know if it's, you know, all acting or it's just they're just that bad of humans. Some of the stuff that they make up.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunately, I just think it's just it's not even, you know, one side versus the other, you know, political discourse and this that. I just think it's now turned into just pure hatred. There's no middle ground. There's no
Yeah.
discussion. You know, if you like this guy, I don't care what you have to say. I'm going to fight you till the end, and it's just that's what it's come down to. There's no more rhyme or reason.
How many times have you watched these people do interviews and say, I hate Trump, you know, why? Oh, he's a felon. Well, let's dig into this. And they say, well, do you know Trump is the only one that was charged as felonies for all those that he did. Everybody else was misdemeanors to where you wouldn't serve any time. It was just a fine. And the one that went after him rumped it up to felonies. He's the only one that's ever been charged for felonies for those things he did. And asked if it's fair. Oh, yeah, it's fair. And how is that fair?
It's not.
And then they're all, and I can't say it here, but he's charged, he's felony for little people. So no, there was nothing in there. And the lady read off all the charges and everything.
Yeah.
Mm.
All I know is we need to get rid of some of those rhinos because midterms come and we lose the House. I guarantee you the very next day articles of impeachment are going to be filed. You watch.
Well,
the next day.
How was your area? Did you, for the No King thing? Were your streets full?
Nobody. No, I didn't see anybody doing anything down here. The sheriffs down here, they don't put up with that crap. That's
for the most part, from what I heard, there's always the others, but certain areas it was peaceful protest.
Yeah.
I went downtown. There was nobody. We went down, and there was nobody at the courthouse because that's where everybody does it. So went down there. There was nobody standing down there at all. So evidently, nobody in this county. I know there is people that don't like him, but nobody felt like going out and doing it.
I didn't see nobody here.
Nah.
You're out in the country.
That's right. That's why.
But I did see some images of. Well, just put it this way, I'm glad I didn't see anything like this in my area.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah,
I wonder what about up there around Detroit? Was there any up there?
I don't know. I know there's one in Columbus, Ohio. As far
Oh,
as I know, it was all peaceful, so that all good.
A lot of
how
them
many,
weren't. A lot of them
how
were
many Bigfoot have you spotted here lately?
How
Because
many
they
big?
say, yeah, they say they coming out of the woodwork up there in northeast Ohio.
Mm, we got a Bigfoot thing coming here in Salt Fork here next month, I think.
Now, these are supposed to be the so-called real Bigfoot.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's not that there's going to be a real Bigfoot there, but it's all the Bigfoot people come out and
Yeah.
set up and do all that stuff.
Hey, wait
But
a minute.
we have quite a few sightings at Salt Fork area because it's a huge area.
Now, I'm going to say southwest of us in the Uwharrie National Forest down there in North Carolina. There's quite a few sightings down there. And people, believe it or not, also go missing down there.
Well, they go missing because you don't mess with people in the mountains.
No. Especially if you
Yeah, I
hear
wasn't going to say that.
if you hear banjo playing, you better turn around and get.
Shit, I turn around and ask them, how my candy you?
You get
You're
that
talking-
mouth harp going.
Right.
A mouth harp is a harmonica. You're talking about, bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, it's
Jeep harp.
we call them mouth harp up here. My grandpa used to do the harmonica. I did the mouth harp for a little bit until it got too close to my teeth and it went. If you know, you know, because if it hits your teeth, it'll vibrate the heck out of your jaw.
Well, now,
I went from that and to spoons.
There you go.
I've done the spoons. I've also done the paper on the cone. If you've ever done that. Make me.
I forget what it's called. I can't remember now. Dang.
Bobby, I know you live out there in the West. What state you live in?
It's supposed to be indicated welcome home. Or man, you ain't never leaving.
Yeah. Now, if I'm in the mountains and I hear banjo music, I'm turning around and say, "Oh, what kinfolk are y'all?" Okay, okay. Because I heard something today about Oregon. Oh,
Yeah, I remember there was a guy that had a okay, it's a stick that goes on an old wash tub, and there's a string on it.
It's called a front porch guitar.
I couldn't tell you. All I remember is that thing, boom, 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 boom.
Bass
I
sound.
only had
Yeah.
one string, so you couldn't mess it up.
You want to bet?
And another guy did the it's a moonshine jug. I don't know.
Yeah. I used to do that one.
I don't know. To me, I don't think any of them knew what the instruments were called, but they'd get down there and be about 10, 15 people in front of the campfire or on the porch and just going town.
Now, here's a bunch of people. My grandpa used to play the heck out of a banjo up there. And people would come from Tennessee, West Virginia, just to hear him play. And even my daddy could play a banjo. I like to know what the shit happened to me. I can't even pick one up right. They left me out.
Well, they just give you some beans and get your instruments going.
You know, ever since y'all brought that up about that woman selling hers, I've seriously thought about that.
Jeff in a jar.
Hey, you need to quit that shit.
That don't sound right.
What?
No, hurting them dogs like that. Calling them dogs to jump over that electric fence.
One dog just over there, and then
Yeah.
My name is Jeff.
Me? Oh, I love it. I would go as a youngin', I'd go up to an electric fence and grab it and just wait for somebody to walk by. And we had a Shetland pony.
Uh-oh.
It got to the point, I don't care where I was, that pony would not come close to me whatsoever. He hated me with his might.
One of the best videos I seen was a girl going up there and touching it, and then get shocked, and she faced first into the grass, which wasn't grass. And yeah, I don't know which one was worse, getting the shock or getting the patty in the face.
Well, my grandson took that after me. He would go up to an electric fence and holler for his older brother, "Come here, I need to show you something." He'd walk over there. And then the fight's on. That's how it started every time.
Yeah, the better one to do is the first one that can piss on the wire.
Oh hell, no! I wouldn't even do that.
There's always somebody that tries to beat everybody at that too, and you can tell which one it is too, because the scream
and the dancing. Now I will tell you this: I done it, but it was totally accidental because we had just moved to a place. And I'm talking the grass and the weeds was waist high. And it had just rained. Okay. I told my uncle, I said, I gotta go back to the house. He said, why? I said, I gotta pee. He said, whoop it out and just cut loose. I said, all right. I didn't know there was an electric fence in front of me. And I'm gonna tell you what, my uncle was wetter than I was. Because after he got up off the ground laughing and everything, he was soaked.
Yeah, a lot of times people don't realize those electric fences that they ground out sometimes on a branch or something.
Yep.
And the current will go through it on the grass or on a tree or a bush or whatever.
This one was not grounded out. Trust me. I found that one out. And I also found something out the hard way too. Don't never stick nothing in an outlet, a wall outlet.
Well, you usually learn that pretty quickly.
I did. I think I was about 3 years old. Daddy told me, boy, don't do that. And you know, guess what? I did it. Pop had to kick me off of it. Well, guess you won't do that no more, will you?
Yeah, that's why I like that one commercial where the moms don't do that. Tell him not to do that. He ain't gonna do nothing. He said, and he won't do that again.
I've seen him. Yeah, he was sitting on the couch reading the paper. When the wife told him, tell him to quit that. No, you'll learn not to do it again. Oh
yeah.
And centipedes, let me tell you, no, not centipedes. What do you call it?
Caterpillar.
Yeah. All of them are not friendly. Some of them will sting the piss out of you.
Yeah, they got some up here that they got little barbs on them.
Yeah.
It's one of the most painful things you can get, and it doesn't go away for hours.
You telling me about it. But it.
But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and we kind of went overboard a little bit, but that's okay. There ain't nobody else live right now that I could see. I think Tammy ended 42 minutes ago. I didn't know she must be going on at 7 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock now. But anyways, we'll be back here. Well, not back here, but on main channel Wednesday, and do a giveaway and just,
That's how that is the first thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's your birthday broadcast, isn't it, Charles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody bring your own hat.
You ought to do that. Tinfoil hat. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm getting copyrighted. I'm already getting copyrighted. And they have an image of somebody that I created. Never mind. But anyway, I'll be on Bushcraft Family Wednesday, the 1st. So everybody have a good night, and we'll see you then. And then I'll probably make a post or something about what the April subject will be for our lives. Everybody have a good night. I would say stay warm, but most of you guys are down there where it's hot already. So
Yeah, gonna get up to 80 degrees starting tomorrow on through the weekend. Damn.
Yeah. I think it got to 23 last night.
Wow.
Yeah. Out.
Anyways, you guys have a good night.
Good night.
And
There we go.
I'm out also.